Good afternoon, everyone. It's McDonough, IFBB Bikini Pro, and today we're going to recap the Charlotte and San Diego show. I'm coming to you from downstairs because I want to be among my dogs, and they're all so cute and laying on the ground right now. I won't disturb them because then, barking and howling is going to break out. So we're going to leave it at that. But here's some art from my favorite artist. Her name is Mama Rain. Here, I'll show you. Let me show you Mama Rain. Mama Rain. See, I go there all the time. She is so talented. I love her work. She's just a queen. I mean, what to even say? She's a badass. She's into social justice. She is talented. Like, look at these little worlds she's painting these people into. Here's a painting that I really want from her, but like obviously will not be able to afford. Look. How cute is this? And there's little cats. I'm obsessed. So yeah, go check out Mama Rain if you have not heard of her. Yeah, she's my queen. I love her. Okay, so let's talk about these shows. Okay, let's start with San Diego. So okay, actually, okay. I was gonna say let's do Charlotte because it's faster, but no, let's do this. So congratulations, Phoebe Hagen. She got her first win. So after she gets her second win, she'll be qualified for the Olympia. Congratulations. And Reina looked so good. Okay, so let's talk about everyone. There weren't any like videos of any of the athletes posted. So we're just going to go off of some photos. Okay, that's the back pose. So we'll start with the front poses. Sorry. Okay, so in the center here, we have Phoebe in the right center in this turquoise color. And then to her left, we have Reina in the purple. And then we have, is that Winifred? I don't know everyone's names. I'm so sorry. No. Yeah, it's Winnie. Okay, so Winnie, who ended up getting fifth place. And then, yeah, it was a very cool show. Okay, so my predictions were wrong. I thought that Brianna would be higher, who's in the pink right here, and that, what else did I think? Here, my phone's charging on the ground. Okay, here it is. So, I thought Phoebe would win, and that Reina would get second, and then Juliana, who is second to the right here, would be in third, and then I thought Cindy Lamb, who is not pictured in this photo, would be fourth. And then I thought Neji, who was on the end here, would be fifth. So it actually played out like Phoebe, Reina, Neji, congratulations, Ala, and Winnie, who placed first and second in the over 40 class. And then Cindy got sixth, Juliana got seventh. And then I thought Brianna would actually be second. That bumped everyone down. So I thought Neji would actually be in sixth. Okay, so yeah, that's how it went. And we're going to go over all of the top 8 because there were a lot of good competitors. And Ala and Winnie being in the top 5 was a shakeup that I didn't really expect, to be honest. But I was really excited to see. So let's look at everyone. So we're going to start here in this big call out. So when I look at this photo and I'm trying to just look for who has the most flaws, everyone looks perfect, I open my eyes and my eyes go straight to this girl. What's her name? It was her pro debut. Her name is, it is. Okay, this is my win. So yeah, my eyes went to her because of her shape. And then Phoebe stood out because I think she just has like the silhouette for bikini, like, and it's very exaggerated, super tight waist, broad shoulders, really great fullness to the lower body. Reina, my eyes also went to because of her fullness, but where Reina, and it was a 1 point decision, oh my god, you guys, 1 point decision between the two of them. And we'll look at a better quality photo, but I think where Reina lost it for me, and it could have gone either way, like half the judges had her winning the show. Where I think she lost it for me is my eyes went straight to like her legs, how her glutes look, her like how powerful her quads are. And I don't think that's bad. And her waist was just a little bit wider than Phoebe's, it looked. And maybe it's not even wider. They look like they could be the same width, but it looks like hers has a little more softness on like the six pack area than Phoebe's does. Phoebe's looks like super, super tight. So yeah, the waist kind of lost it for me. And yeah, I don't know. Something about the width of the quad, or it might not, yeah, it might be that. It might also be like, I want more upper outer glute in her front pose, which feels crazy to say because she has some of the best glutes in the pro league. And then, yeah, so there's just something about this front pose. I don't know if it's, I think maybe her waist needs to be tighter. Maybe she needs some more upper outer glute, but Tyler in the past has said like no more glute necessary. Her shoulders are kind of sloping down this way. She looks incredible, but I'm just trying to like see what it is exactly, because I think she could level her shoulders more and relax this back elbow a little bit, and that would improve her front pose. But I wonder if these issues would just still persist. Like, how much of it is her front pose and how much of it is, could muscularity be a little better balanced? I honestly don't know. And it's kind of like messing with perfection. So I don't really know. I would love to know what you guys think. I feel like sometimes I look at these athletes so much that I am like, if I was covering Raina's face. If I cover Raina's face and I'm just looking at the physique is crazy, but there are some slight posing tweaks I would make. And I don't know, like, even if she did have the perfect front pose, would I still be seeing flaws? I don't know, because her front pose has been the topic of discussion for a long time at this point, and she has made slight changes here and there, so I'm not really sure. I mean, I think the front pose could definitely be improved, but I guess, yeah, now I'm kind of wondering, like, I mean, is it that tattoo on the waist? Like, I don't know. I honestly don't know. But crazy physique, could have gone either way. I think Phoebe just has more of the hourglass shape. That's what I think. Okay, and then in third place, Neji or Alla? Neji. Okay. And then Alla and then Winnie. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. What else do I see when I look at this call out? Brianna looks super full. She looks really, really good. Her lower body especially looks good. I'm distracted by the vein in her arm up here. Just like, she looks harder up top than she does on bottom. And she did post on her story that her feedback was that from Sandy, she needs to be tighter, specifically in the lower body. But to basically bring the same look, it was like, you need to change this, but also come in the same, like that kind of thing. And she said another judge had her placed higher than she was. This show last year, I think she got second at this show last year. Let's double check. Yeah. Okay. She got second. And so she beat Juliana last year. This time Juliana edged her out. Okay. So yeah, I like the pink hair and makeup. Gorgeous. So yeah, love that. My win, she looks really, really good. I would just maybe add a little more to the lat, maybe strain the leg like a tiny bit. I don't know. This looks good. I would drop the hand down on the waist a little bit is what I would do. So she looks more balanced from top to bottom. When your hand is up really high, it cuts your physique off like prematurely. So you're shorter on the top and then longer on the bottom because like the hand is essentially like bisecting you from top to bottom. So yeah, there's that. And then Winnie, she looks really good. I would like to see some more upper glute. I am looking more at her shoulders here, and her lower body looks good, but she seems to be missing the glute. So I think, I mean, if we're between these two, I might have my win edging her out a little bit because she looks like she has more of that balanced hourglass shape. My win is also not, Winnie is also not in like the center here, so maybe like when she's at this angle in the center, then it changes the way the silhouette looks. I'm not sure, but I would like her to turn her hips away a little bit more so we see less of the front of her suit bottoms, and it brings her glute around more like you see Phoebe doing. So a different angle in this torso is what I'm thinking. Okay, Alla, she's not completely posed here, but she ended up getting 4th place when he got 5th. So yeah, that's what I think there. Juliana, I think the conditioning looks really pretty. I think she just needs more upper outer glute and to bring this arm in tighter and to relax this back elbow a little bit, like relax the arm a little bit. So don't let it come around as much. So yeah, same posing things I've been saying about her. Neji, she looks incredible. Like, love this look. She has a really, really pretty hourglass shape. I don't know that she has like the smallest waist, but her ratios make her waist look like her waist looks tight. And I think her ratios make her waist look more narrow than it might be. I'm not sure. Lots of muscularity in this lower body. You're seeing a lot of detail here on her leg, and you're also seeing that on Phoebe. So yeah, I don't know. Just mentioning it. The red suit I think is pretty. I've also really liked when she did like that turquoisey suit. So let me show you the turquoise suit. Yeah, no, she's in a turquoise, right? I mean, she wears pink a lot. I love the pink on her. San Diego. Okay, yeah, there's a pink. The pink looks really cute. And then Texas. Ooh, okay, that green is fun. Okay, I like that green. Pink again. Okay. I don't know. Maybe she did more turquoise. I thought she did. Okay. Well, maybe consider a turquoise. I think that would be cute. Okay. So, Neji. Yeah. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah. She looks so good. Okay. That's an old picture, but still. So, yeah. In this back pose, it just seems like Raina's glutes don't have as much fullness on the top as Phoebe's. So, I think that in terms of the back pose, that's where I could really see Raina winning, even though she is lacking the upper outer a little bit. And I think the reason for that, like how I think she could still win with this back pose over Phoebe is, and someone commented this, I know I mentioned in my last video, but this separation looks like, or the development, the adductor, I'm not sure. Separation looks pretty deep. Raina's just looks a little bit softer. I mean, she still has prominent hamstrings and stuff, but it just doesn't stand out to me quite as much. But Phoebe's back pose is really, really good. And I don't even know if that's something that they like mentioned to her. I'm just trying to see like both sides of who could have won. I love Raina's back pose in general. Like, I think the elbows look really good. You see that little taper into her waist. Phoebe, I also like this back pose. I think she could angle her elbows more like Raina, like somewhere in between what she's doing and what Raina's doing. I think that would look nice. The hair doesn't cover her shoulders. Like, you can see everything you need to. This looks really cute. Yeah, I'm very about that. And then Ahhh has a really soft conditioning, like in a good way, like bikini soft. I would like to see more coverage on this upper outer glute, but we'll look at her individual photos. I know it's kind of blurry. Juliana, I would like to see some more depth to the glutes and legs, just all over. But really, really good conditioning, really good look. And Neji, really, really, really great look. Great fullness. She's off center, so I can't say too much, but we'll look at her individually. Okay. So let's look at this front pose. So yeah, I would just like this waist to be a little bit tighter. That's like, I think it could just be tighter, and that might change things. And this front pose looks really good. This looks better in the comparison. I love this. This actually looks excellent. So something I was wondering is, does she just not have as much clavicle width, and that's what throws off her front pose a little bit for me? Because when I look at this pose, that is kind of what I'm wondering. Like, I think if she's had wider shoulder width, then her front pose wouldn't have to be tweaked so often. I think a little wider would be good. And this is very relaxed. This looks nice. I think this is like the front pose for her. I think it's really good. Could she just develop her shoulders a little bit more? Yeah. But would that end up being too much? I don't know. I mean, probably just keep doing what she's doing because she does so well with it. I don't know that it's like necessary to put on a lot more shoulders or something, but I'm just wondering if some more clavicle width would help her. Definitely, I think tightening the waist a little bit would be helpful. But even though I think this looks really good, for me, it's just, I don't know. I mean, her conditioning, I was going to say for me, Phoebe is the clear winner, but Raina's conditioning is a little bit softer. I think that did sacrifice her waist though. Phoebe, this isn't a crazy amount of detail in the back leg, but it's, more detail than we see on like Amy, who won the Arnold or something. So, and I did say in my last video, the Arnold UK video, that I wanted to see her tighter. So like she did that. So I don't know. I really could see this pose going either way. I would give it to Phoebe because I think the waist is tighter. Yeah. yeah, I mean, she looks stunning. She looks really good. And I like the suit color a lot on her. Yeah, I mean, this is tough, but I think for me, it goes to Phoebe. But I do think that's Raina's best front pose yet. And this back pose, excellent, like really good. And she might even be able to just add a little bit more fabric right here. And then it would round those glutes more. Because now they look again, she does have a lot of development here. I think we're just going to the point that we see some of her low back. So, yeah. And then Phoebe, I mean, this depth, like where the adductor meets the hamstring, it just looks like the adductors slightly overpower the hamstring. And in Bikini, we kind of want to see glute hamstring. So not to say that adductors don't matter. They definitely do. Like we hear that feedback with Ashlyn pretty consistently. But yeah, I mean, I would have Phoebe winning still, but I absolutely see how it could go either way. And both of them have great stage presence. So it's one thing to look at photos, but it's also like being there and feeling like the vibe of the show and the athletes when they come on stage. But rear delts, like the fullness matches the glutes. She's not like striated. Neither is Raina. Like this is a really tough show, but I think Phoebe stands out to me more. In this roundness, you're seeing her glutes the way the suit bottoms like ride her glutes like that, and look like she's wearing them and not that they're wearing her. Like this is really, really, really good. Okay. So let's look at individual photos and see if there's anything we would do. Okay, so in Phoebe's front pose, I mean, could she be a little bit softer in that leg? Maybe you're seeing some more detail in the vascularity on this arm. Yeah, but then she might have lost the show, like, because it could make her soft in her glutes. So I'm not sure. I think this is a really, really good look. I would do this look again, depending on what the judges said, and see what happens. But I could see them saying to come in like a hair softer. But would that sacrifice the glutes? I'm thinking that might be the case. So yeah, there's that. And then back pose, I already pretty much said everything. She was in the center of the photos, so we were able to see stuff. Okay. And then Raina, yeah, this pose is really good. This is great. Like the shoulders are level. This is great. I think it's just bringing the core in tighter. That's what's distracting me a little bit. And then back pose, no new notes. I love the fullness in her glutes matching the fullness in her hamstrings. It looks a little bit harder in this photo, but overall, like they match very well. This is a really, really beautiful, full, poppy, like bikini look. The makeup, I think the makeup could be a little more glam. It almost looks like a white or like a silver on the eyelid. I would do something with a little bit more warmth, and same with the lip. The lip is like a light kind of baby pink. I want to see something with a little more warmth. So like more in that like bordering on orange, like color scheme, and not bordering on the ashy color scheme. The hair looks great. Love the hair. Okay. And then we have Neji. Really, really, really beautiful look. I wonder what it would look like if she angled her hips away a little bit. I feel like this is pretty straight on in the waist. So I would prefer that. And I think she has done that in the past. So she probably did it like this for a reason. Let's see. Might also just be the angle of these photos. But I would do more like this pose. So you get that shape in the glute. And then I would move this foot instead of being so close together. I would move the foot like directly under the knee. So right here. So you get more of that dynamic shape that you see Phoebe with. Okay. So yeah, that's what I would want to see before I said anything else. Because we're also kind of, I feel like we lose a little bit of the shape in this shoulder. I think she's just a little too straight on. I would angle her off more at like a 45 degree. Okay. And then the back pose, I don't know if she was just still settling into it, but I want these hips to be even. This is the side she posed on. So it would make sense that she's like more tense on this side. So this glute is up higher and this one is like more lax because that's being stretched in this pose. So yeah, just leveling the glutes. I think that would be good. Let's see. Is that usually an issue or did I pull like a bad photo? We could check both. Okay. So last year. Okay, it doesn't really look like an issue there. And for Neji, I would just continue to develop the glutes more because she has so much development in the lower body, like in the quads and stuff. So I would like to see her glutes come up to match them. Okay, let's see. No, it's kind of like that in all the photos. So maybe she's, just a little tight. But yeah, more glutes. This is definitely much better projection than last year. And last year she was already doing well. So I would love to see just a little bit more. The development is clearly getting better and better. Looks really good. Just more upper outer, and the like pop you're getting off of the leg is just really, really good. Yeah, so that's it. I mean, she looks great. I'm excited to see her continue to just do better and better. Okay. And then we have Ahhh. So yeah, this back pose, the conditioning is spot on. I would like to see less of where the glute connects to the low back, like this little dip. So maybe a little more coverage. And just more development in the glutes overall. But this is like really, really beautiful bikini conditioning. Her shape doesn't look as extreme as Raina's and Phoebe's, but the conditioning is really good. I think she won based on her conditioning and stage presence. I'm trying to see who came in, because she does look very balanced all over. I was a bit surprised not to see like Brianna place higher, but she does have an imbalance in her conditioning from top to bottom, being so much more vascular up top, and that's probably something she can't even control. But yeah, I think just a little more development on Ahhh, but she looks really, 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 really good. And congratulations winning the 40 plus show too. But makeup, hair, Sue, I love it all. It looks great. What else would I say? Yeah, back pose looks good. This elbow is pointing out a little bit more than this one, so maybe she could address that. And I would straighten this arm. And I would probably crank the hips around a little bit more so you see less of the front of the suit bottoms. And then maybe that would fill her glute out a little bit. But yeah, straighten the arm and then angle the hips away a little bit more. And I think that would improve her pose. So where did she beat Winifred? Let's see. Not Winifred, sorry, Winnie. Winifred is in the other show. Okay, so this is Winnie, I think. Okay, yeah. So where did she beat Winnie? Let's start with the front pose. Okay, so Winnie looks tighter. And Sandy judged, and I think it sticks a little closer to like that more soft, bubbly bikini conditioning. And Ahhh is softer. But Winnie looks really, really good. I love this fullness in her leg here. I would like to see more upper outer, and she could do the same thing, like angling her hips away a little bit, straighten her arm, and bring it closer to her. That's what I would do. So yeah, I think Ahhh wins the conditioning here. And then from the back pose, this is crazy. Like, this looks really amazing. Like, her glutes are incredible. So I think she could definitely angle her front pose a little bit and then get better glute from the side. I would pull the suit bottoms down in the back and up in the front a little so we don't see this little divot. The pose itself, I think, is really good. I think Allah's shoulders are fuller in this back pose, so she matches top to bottom better. I think she wins the back pose also because Winnie is really tight in the hamstrings and calves. So, yeah. I think overall she was just a little bit too tight to beat Ahhh, and Ahhh looks really good. Like, her glutes are glowing, very put together. Okay, and then after Winnie, we had not Brie. We had, okay, who is this? Oh, oops, you guys. I'm all over the place. Okay, that was Winnie. Okay, get rid of that. Okay, so next we had Cindy. So how did Cindy lose to Winnie? I think this front pose throws it off a little bit, like with the arm being so far out. I could have seen Cindy edging out both Ahhh. I could have seen Cindy edging out Neji, Ahhh, and Winnie. Like, I think this fullness is really good. She has great glute density that tapers into the leg. I think where she's missing things is like this arm being so far out, so we lose her delt entirely. We also don't see much delt here, so she could drop her hand down on her waist a little bit and then just level her shoulders, really open up her chest and straighten this arm, and she would get better fullness in the shoulders. Then the back pose, she looks like she has good fullness to her rear delts. So yeah, I think the front pose was just missing the mark. This knee also should be facing, like, pointing slightly at the judges. When it's pointing out like this, then it makes the leg look less developed than the front leg, which throws off your balance and muscularity. But if she let this knee drift towards the judges, that would bring it closer to the same plane as this front leg, and then they'd look equally as developed. So yeah, the hair and makeup I think is pretty. Since she already doesn't have like a crazy amount of delt development anyway, then I would definitely not put her hair on her shoulder at all. Like wants to show as much shoulder as she can. If she had huge shoulders, then I would not say that. The back pose, I think she could straighten her arms a little bit so we don't see these bracelets, and so she doesn't diminish her lats. She has a tiny waist from the back already, but you really, when you have that asset, you want to make sure that you're showing it as much as possible. You want to show it anyway, like no matter, even if you don't have the asset, but especially when you do and you're a newer pro and not as muscular as the other competitors, you need to work your shape as much as you can. So she straightens her arms a little bit. Then it would flare her lats, so they would taper down, making her waist look even freakier, and it would put less emphasis on these triceps popping out. And she already has great pop from the rear delt, so just relax the back pose a little bit by straightening the arms. And then the legs look incredible. They look really good. She's just angling her toes out too much, so it's making the quads fight for the spotlight over her glutes. Luckily, they aren't so developed that they're gonna succeed, that they're gonna best her glutes, but it is looking a little bit forced, and maybe she's angling them that much because she knows her legs are kind of skinnier than her glutes are. So she's trying to show balance and muscularity, but I think it's looking more like she's squatting into it, even though she's clearly not, but it's looking a little bit forced. You want to look like you're just standing there. So angle the toes in a little bit. They don't have to be straightforward, but just like right now they're at like 75 degrees. I would put them at 45 degrees. So that's what I think. But really excellent conditioning. And I think if she had some posing tweaks, I could have seen her edging out 2 to 4. Okay. And then we have Juliana. So, 2 to 5. Because you guys, I got to keep checking this. Okay, San Diego Pro. So, 3 to 5. Okay, yeah, that's it. 3 to 5. Neji a la Winnie. Okay. And then in 7th place, we have Juliana. Her fullness is really, really good. I think she just needs to bring her arm in tighter to her frame, like to her glute, not covering her glute and not like directly next to it, but like that amount of space. And then she would get more of that like Phoebe kind of structure. Overall, I think she just needs to put another layer of muscle on everywhere. These hamstrings are kind of flattening. So I think she should build the hamstrings for her front and her back pose, just more muscle all over. But once she does that, she's going to be winning shows. And we're seeing how much longer is Laura Lee going to be competing? Maureen seems like she could compete forever, honestly. Cause she competes like once or twice a year, and just like shows up and has fun. So she could be competing forever. I don't know. But like those top people, how much longer are they going to be competing? I don't know. So in like 3 years, Juliana, if she puts on the amount of size needed, I could see her like winning a ton of shows. So that's what I think there. How do I think she lost to Sydney? I think Sydney's a little more balanced and she's fuller. Okay, and then we have Brie. So how did Brie lose to Juliana? I think Brie's conditioning was not as balanced as Juliana. So even though, and that's probably what I will always have to say about Brie, just because of vascularity. But I'm seeing some striations in the shoulder. I honestly don't know. I would love to see her compete in person. She has a very striking look. Her waist looks super tight. Like real. Oh, my foot's on Velcro and it alerted my dog. She looks incredible, like really, really, really good. And once she tightens up her lower body a little bit, I could see her winning a show. So we'll just see. And then she would be better balanced from top to bottom. But I don't know. This was a really, really good look. My favorite Brie look. So yeah, this is great. Could she maybe straighten her arms like a touch? I don't know. I think maybe. Shapeless two bottoms is good. Glutes have definitely grown. Let's show you her glutes last year to this year. Why not? Shall we? Okay, let's do San Diego last year. Or may as well do Toronto. Okay, because it was her most recent. So, okay, here is her back pose. Okay. Yeah, her glutes have, and we're done with that anyway. Okay, so her glutes have definitely grown since last year. So, congratulations. Okay, so that is San Diego. Okay. We're making good time, kind of. Okay, so I have some dogs I'm gonna walk. Okay, so here is Charlotte. The photos are not, like, these far away photos are not that good. Like, the lighting is just kind of harsh. So I predicted that we would have Rihanna. Oops. Okay. I thought we would have Rihanna here in the blue winning, which she did. Stassi here in the light blue getting second. She ended up getting third. And then Emma McDougal, who she ended up getting between 11th and 13th. Let's see. 12th. Okay, she got 12th. And then Andrea, here she is. Is that her? No, that's not her. Is it? I don't know. It's her pro debut, I think. Okay, where is she? Yeah, okay, that's her. Getting 4th, and then Martina getting 5th, but Martina got 7th. So, okay, so yeah, Jessica Gonzalez surprised me. So I got Rihanna right. Stassi, I was 1 place off. Rachel, who I'm always excited about, she was in there. Andrea ended up getting 5th and not 4th, which was what I predicted. So I did an okay job. Oh, who texted me? Let's see. Oh, okay. So, okay. Let's look at these photos. Okay, so we have our top 3 right here. So this is, what was her name? Jessica Gonzalez. So this was her pro debut, I'm pretty sure. Am I wrong? Let's see. Okay, Jessica. Last year. Yeah. So she just went pro. Wait. Oh my God. There's probably, oh, okay. This has got to be her. Yeah. Okay. There are like it's a common name. So it's like she got 5th in figure. That's not her. That kind of thing. Okay. So congratulations on her pro debut. This is like a really fucking good look. Okay. So the front pose, my eye automatically goes to Rihanna and Jessica. And then in the back pose, my eye goes to Jessica's conditioning, but she's missing some of the upper outer. Wait, did she get the overall at this show? Okay, did she get the overall? Let's see. That's Rihanna. Okay, let's see. I feel like she did. So, yeah. Okay, she won the overall at Junior USA's. Okay, congratulations. So her conditioning really stands out to me. The thing that takes away, and this is something I remember being, yeah. So anyway, upper outer glute. So this area, her glute max is really good, really poppy, great depth. Like it really pops. So do her hamstrings and quads and stuff, but we're just missing that. So I could see that taking her further in placings, but it's such a good look and the conditioning is so spot on that I see why she got second. Stassi, her back pose really stands out to me. And yeah, and Rachel, and then who is this? She got 6th place. Okay. So in 6th, Winifred. This is Winifred. Yeah. Really good. This is a really good look. So yeah, these pictures aren't great. So let's just, okay. Well, Rihanna's conditioning and Jessica's conditioning are really good and very comparable. I think Rihanna is just more complete than Jessica. So that's where we are with that. Stassi, she looks a little bit too straight on, but really good look. Like really crazy amount of muscle. Like she's very compact and very bubbly and poppy. Like excellent amount of muscle. Or like very impressive. Okay, let's look at the front and back pose of the top 4. So this is not fully posed. Rachel Linares. This is what her pose looks like fully posed. So just imagine that. Here, this is what we'll do. Okay, we'll pull this up and then we will minimize this so you can get what Rachel's full look looks like because this front pose is really nice. Okay, so that's the best we can do. There we go. So with the front poses, I would give it to Rihanna because I'm like, my eyes go to Rihanna and Jessica, but Jessica is lacking a little bit of glute and is showing a little bit too much detail in the legs for me. Rihanna, it's just like perfect balance. Everything looks like just as muscular as everything else. Conditioning is the same across the board. Like, this is a very, very good look. Makeup looks pretty. Jessica just doesn't look quite as streamlined, but she will soon. Like, the amount of pop she has in her shoulders and her glutes and like just the legs in general is incredible. And she has a tiny waist. So really good look. I think just more glutes. The quads look like they're getting a little bit too muscular, but I'm sure that's just like a photo thing. In person, I'm sure she's tiny. And then Stassi looks really good, but she almost looks overly muscular. And I want the waist to be a little bit tighter. If she angled away, then the waist would look a little bit smaller, I think. But this is an improvement from her typical front pose, which I think usually looks a little bit too forced. And Stassi's makeup, I think, just looks a little bit too light. So I want to see something more glam. But I like the suit color. And tan looks really, really good. Rachel looks great. Conditioning looks balanced from top to bottom. But her upper body, like her shoulders, look more muscular than her lower body. So that's an imbalance for me. So I think fourth place made sense for her placing. But this is her best look to date. So that's what I think about the front poses. So if I were to score it, I would score it the same way. Like, this is how I would have it. Rihanna, I think she could angle her elbows in like a little bit, like what Stassi's doing. But Stassi, I think, could straighten her arms so her elbows are coming too far out at me. And I don't want to see the bracelets. And then Stassi just looks like the same width of the glutes all the way down to the leg. She has a lot of projection. So it doesn't look like, it looks like she deserved to get like this high of a placing, but she's squatting into the pose a little bit too much. So I would like her to stand up a little bit taller and just like relax her legs a little bit so the quads don't fight for the spotlight is not even a saying, but I said it earlier, so I'm going to say it now. Fight for the spotlight with her glutes. So yeah, that's what I think there. Move the hands in a little bit. I think posing could be a little bit improved. And yeah, that's what I think there. Jessica is pinching her shoulder blades together so we don't get any taper from her lats into her waist. So I want her to open up her back a little bit because it's also making her shoulders look like too narrow in comparison to this widest part of her glute, but really, really spot on conditioning. I also would like to see just a little more muscle in the upper body in general, in the front and the back pose. Rihanna looks balanced to me. Rachel, really great. The shoulders don't overpower in the back pose like I think they do in the front pose. I think she could also benefit from angling her elbows in a little bit so the triceps don't take over. And I think she could continue to add some density to her glutes, which she absolutely has since her last show. We talked about that in my preview video. And she could have some more fabric in this suit here because it's actually exposing that she has some flatness in the upper glute. And front pose, anything to say about Rihanna? No. I mean, she could continue to build her upper body like the tiniest bit, but it's really such a small amount. Back pose, I think she could be a little bit tighter in the glutes, but this is still really good and good enough to win a show. I would run a brush through the hair so the curls don't stick together and angle the elbows in like I already said. And then Jessica, I think if she's had a little more density in her back and her upper body and her glutes, then she's going to be very, very balanced, but they crushed it with the conditioning. Suit bottoms, they should round her glutes more. So this, I don't think is as flattering as it could be. It's like doing an upside down U shape. And we really want that like heart shape to shape the glutes, especially when you're lacking in the upper outer. The suit cut being flattering can change a lot. Would it have won her the show? Probably not. But it will help. Like in a really close show, she could win the show, but I don't think it was that close. This is a great front pose on Stassi. Like right here is really good. I would bring the elbow around the tiniest bit more, but other than that, really good. And maybe straighten this arm, a tiny bit. Same thing with about the makeup that I already said, and hair. I think like a brush could be run through to break up the curls a little bit. Really, really great look. I wonder, we competed together when she went pro. And she was like muscular in person, but still like a very tiny person. I wonder how, cause she looks like super muscular and I almost wonder if it's like, too muscular for the division. So I wonder what everything looks like in person. I would probably build her hamstring a little bit more. I would bring down the quads a little bit and probably not bother pumping shoulders before if that's something she did, because the lateral delt is taking over. Like, it's just protruding a little bit. Not like too much. Like, they have shoulder capping in Bikini, but I don't know. She's looking like very pumped and like jacked. She looks impressive. She looks really good. Like, I am a big Stassi fan. But yeah, I just wonder if the muscle is like a little bit overpowering, if maybe she shouldn't pump her shoulders, if bringing the legs down is possible. I think also this front angle with the toe makes the quads much more prominent. So if she could pose down her leg a little bit and get the quad be more in balance with the hamstring. The back pose also shows me that the hamstring could be fuller. They look like they're kind of flattening, and it could be because she's squatting into the pose, so it's stretching the hamstring so much that they become flat. Whereas if you're standing up taller, then you get that like rounder muscle belly. So yeah, could be that. So I would just relax the back pose a little bit, like she's already relaxed the front pose, but bring the elbow around, slide the hands in so you get that taper from your back into your waist, and so you get your shoulders tapering into the elbow rather than like the shoulder on this side, the elbow is tapering into it, and on this side it is better, but the triceps are still pretty prominent, but really, really good look. And then we have, oh, did I get rid of just her front pose? Oh, she didn't have a front pose. She didn't have like a full length front pose. Yeah, it was like cut off at the knees. So that's not helpful because we need to see the whole physique. So yeah, angle the elbows in, straighten the arms a little bit. Hair looks great. And then we have Andrea. I know. She looks great. Congratulations on your pro debut. I would just bring up the glutes a little bit. Everything else looks like balanced. I would just bring up the glutes and hamstrings so you get that like 360 balance to the physique. But this is really, really good. She looks super full. Her makeup looks good. Her suit looks good. I think she could stand up a little taller in this back pose. Like, she's pushing back quite a bit. So stand up taller, let those shoulders just like open, and then bring the hands in so we don't see the bracelets. So that's what I'm thinking. The Taiwan show, it's happening today, I think. Photos have not posted. So let's see though what shows we have next weekend. Okay, this is how you go. You do IFBBpro.com, and then I just open all these shows, like the ones that are happening next. Okay, so do we have Bikini? It'll tell you, like, open men's, so no. And then we have no Bikini at this show. And then, so we just have one Bikini show next weekend. Okay, the One Bro Pro. Can't wait. They don't always post photos, so I don't know if we'll be able to go over it, but I will do the best I can to find photos that are good enough to make a video about it for you. Let me know what you thought about the show, if you agree, disagree. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.